Slinging, live streaming, and at least one person winning, it's the O. Henry Museum Pun-Off World Championships Punslingers Competition Online Edition. Hello! I did it again. I forgot to hit my mute button. All right. Welcome to the 2020 Punslingers Online 43rd year of the O. Henry Pun-Off. We're just going to go ahead and get started. We already got our first 8 winners, and we are going to go ahead and go to the very, very end. But first, I want to introduce you to one of my 2 co-hosts. After 25 years as producer of the annual O. Henry Pun-Off World Championships, Gary Halleck officially retired from managing the event in 2015, giving himself the enigmatic new title of, quote, producer emeritus. Of course, that hasn't prevented him from continuing to work both on and off stage at all the competitions since. He was expected to eventually leave office, but now he's returned to co-produce and co-host this virtual version of the Punslingers competition. He apparently still wants to run everything again, but still refuses to run concessions. We have him on the team today mostly to introduce the contestants. So his new slogan is Make Emeritus Greet Again. Gary, welcome. Yeah, mute your Zoom.
But he is hardware it counts, so that's important. Consequently, the trophy shelf over his fireplace has been completely dismantled. But no matter, he's managed to redeem himself over the last few years by throwing in the towel and throwing together this monumental challenge. Did I just say that Aaron has mentally challenged? Well, that's not what I meant to say. As producer, host of the soon-to-be outrageously popular podcast, Pun Intensive, he has risen above his circumcisions. Wait a minute, I got that wrong. So circumstances, excuse me. Risen above his circumstances to become a stalwart in the community of competitive wordplay. So welcome to our team, Aaron Faisal. Yay!
Yeah! And we have a second co-host. That is, actually, why don't you come on up here, Francis McGrath. Francis is, among many things, a musician. And the music that you heard just prior to this show was written by him. Francis, do you want to go ahead and we talked about this the other day. Do you want to tip your hand and tell him what's pretty awesome about that hold music?
Sure. So I was trying to pun off of O. Henry, and the easiest way to do it musically was with O's. So all the little songs that I referenced in there had O's in there somewhere, like Oklahoma or Bad Romance or something like that.
I didn't hear the theme song for Cheerios.
That is correct. You did not.
That's we're your hosting team. Now, I will introduce you in a moment, but not quite yet, to our MC team. But first, I want to discuss the probably most significant thing about this event that is different from all of the other O. Henry Pun-Off events, Punslingers specifically, which is instead of going on until about 8 p.m., and I'm referring to the one that starts at 10 a.m., we are going to make this quite a bit shorter by making sure that each heat is a maximum of 10 minutes. Otherwise, everything is the same. If you can't think of a pun within the limit given by the MCs, you'll be eliminated. If you get 3 strikes, you'll be eliminated. But if we have a draw coming at 10 minutes, then we are going to, boxing style, have a panel of judges known as the drawing board evaluate. And I would like them to introduce themselves. So if my hosts can turn off their cameras and the, Gary, that's you, and the drawing board, turn on your cameras, please. There we go. There we go. Yes. All right. Hello, everybody. Let's start off with some brief introductions, and I'll let Jonah go first.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second half of the online O. Henry. We're so happy to be here, and I'm very, very privileged to be joined by 4 of the most epic punsters and pun evaluators on the planet. My name is Jonah Spear. I'm the co-MC and host of the Bay Area Pun-Off in San Francisco, California. I'm this year's O. Henry Punniest of Show, and I'm a former champion of the Seattle Pun-Off. I'm so excited to see what is to come, and we'll do our best to recap what we loved and deliver a decision at the end of probably most of these, because these are some epic punsters. I'm going to send it over to the inimitable Sam Corbin to introduce herself.
Hello, thank you. My name's Sam Corbin. I'm New York-based, a veteran of the Punderdome here in Brooklyn, multi-time champion. I have competed at O. Henry a couple of times, came away with a second place punniest of show last year and the MVP award. I love puns of many kinds, and I'm very excited to be among so many esteemed punsters to be judging the competition tonight. I'll hand it over to Annika.
Thanks, Sam. I'm Annika Eagle. I'm Spokane, Washington based, and I'm the founder and showrunner of the Punderground here in town. And I have a couple pieces of hardware from O. Henry, so 2017 third punniest and 2018 MVP. And this community is incredible, so I'm so happy to be here, as Sam said, with very fantastic punny folks. And I will send it to Carmen.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Carmen Olson, and I am the other co-host and producer of the Bay Area Pun-Off in San Francisco. We've been doing that show for almost 5 years, over 50 shows now. It's going great. And so happy to be here with these esteemed colleagues. We had a great morning show, made some tough calls, and congratulations to the finalists. All right, take it away, Alex.
Hey everybody, I'm Alex Petri, former punniest and MVP. So excited to be here. I'm calling from what appears to be a deep void, but I'm impossible to avoid, and I'm excited to hear all the great puns tonight.
Excellent.
Back to you, Aaron.
All right, thank you guys. Stay on camera just for a second if you don't mind. Actually, nope, we're good now. You can turn your cameras off. All right, so I am going to now introduce you to our MC crew. If I can get all of my MCs on screen right now.
You have the script for that?
What?
Do you have the script for that?
I guess not. Did you send me something that I don't know about?
Well, I have the script in front of me.
All right, well then I'll let you go ahead and do it. Where's Brian? There. Wait. Yeah, there he is. All right.
Some planet with 2 moons.
All right, I'll let Gary go ahead and introduce our MCs.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to steal it away from you, but I've got the script and you don't. So first up, I want to thank David Guggenheim for producing the Punniest of Show last month. He put it all online at punoff2020.com, and you can still go over there and see all the winners there. David Guggenheim has been for 14 years since he won the O. Henry Museum Pun-Off Punslingers and joined the MC crew in 2008. Um, he for 5 years, he was the producer of the O. Henry Pun-Off for the past 5 years. Due to obvious circumstances, we've now gone virtual this year. And David is happy to support and participate in the 2020 online version of Punslingers produced by Aaron Faisal. Our other MCs on the crew today are, you will recognize them if you've ever been to Austin and seen the show, Brian Oakley. He's been involved with the Pun-Off for the last 20 years. After winning his last 3 consecutive Punslinger events, he retired from competition to assist with the event production and served proudly on the MC team. I would like to say Brian is a man of few words, quite a few actually, as he's become our de facto keeper of the topic prompts. In his pivotal role as topic guru, he has expanded the variety and number of categories from the original 52 over to over 150 topic prompts. The growth has become exponential, excuse me, and the event, of course, is all the better for it. And then, of course, we have Steve Brooks, probably the second longest standing MC on the crew. Steve won the Pun-Off 6 times before he was drafted by me to become an MC on the MC crew. One of those victories earned him an appearance as World Pun Champion on the TV game show I've Got a Secret. Yeah, I know you didn't think it was still around, but apparently it is. He's a master of music as well as a master of words and an award-winning songwriter, and fairly recently has become a member of the classic 60s folk trio, the Limelighters. So welcome, Steve, to the back to the virtual Pun-Off MC panel. And I'm going to throw it back to Aaron, and I'd like Aaron and I would like to review a little bit of what happened this morning in our morning session before we proceed with what's going on this evening.
All righty, if my MCs can turn off their cameras, please.
I'm gonna rattle through real quickly the names of the people who competed this morning and the topics that we covered this morning, just so that those people who are taking notes scrupulously for next year can know what was played this year. In our morning session, we had Jeremy Eaton go up against Michael Cole in the topic of pizza. It's a new topic. It was emceed by Erica Etten, who's also a new MC on our crew and is in the audience tonight. Hi, Erica. She said she wanted to be in the audience tonight, so she's there. Erica, of course, has been drafted from our regular contestant base to become our first female MC, and we're very proud of her. And she's done a lot of work backstage behind the scenes on production of this event. In the second heat of our round 2, we had Arun DeBry and Aaron Lipp. Arun hails from Austin, basically, right now, and Aaron was from California. Aaron went down in that round. I'm sorry, Jeremy Eaton survived in that first round, so Jeremy and Arun will be going against each other here in just a few minutes. In the third heat this morning, we had David Wide went up against Rafi Bortnick on the topic of dogs, and they really showed some stiff competition, some very sharpie puns, and the round ended before 10 minutes, and I couldn't believe it was over Dachshund. But anyway, and then in the fourth heat, we had Logan Anbinder against Joshua Calandrillo on the topic of meat. That was emceed by Ben Zeke, who was also on our judge panel, our MC panel this morning. And they did well. My favorite one there. Logan made a pun on, the topic was meat. Logan made a pun on turducken. It was great. I loved it. Anyhow, I didn't get to vote on that. Then we had a pairing of Dave Wallace and Divya Ratchakonda. Ratchakonda. she went on the topic of fabric and clothing with Erica moderating, and that went for a while. And then Dave survived that round. And then we had Jesse Rifkin and Adam Engel went on the topic of board games, which was moderated, of course, by Ben, because he's such a nut for board games. And they did all right on that. So up next was Max Park and Travis Whitebread. And they battled on the topic of coins and currency. And then we had Manuel Gomez and Greg Siegel battling on the topic of candy. Again, emceed by Ben Zeke, who knows his way around candy bars. Sadly, nobody punned on O. Henry. I was quite heartbroken. One quick other note, we had to invoke the drawing board only 2 times in that first pairing with Jeremy and Michael. We invoked the drawing board and they cast their vote 3-2 in favor of Jeremy. And in the final round with Manuel Gomez and Greg Siegel, we had to go to the drawing board on that as well. And they voted Greg Siegel to pass. So that's the list if you guys are keeping track. Thank you for your support. And let's go ahead and introduce the disease again and let's get rolling.
All right. And real quickly, can I get all of my contestants to turn on their cameras, please? There should be 8 of you. All right. I think we're missing 1 person. Oh, well. All right. So anyway, just say hi to everybody. Okay, great. We're going to put on a brief commercial, a word from one of our sponsors. While that is happening, I would like my 2 MCs and our first 2 contestants, Jeremy Eaton and Arun Debray, to come on camera.
Is a safe place for wordplay by keeping the groans at bay. You can define them online at worldwidepuns.com.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and toss it to Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
I'm here. David, you'll be taking the lead on the first category.
Okay.
We've already agreed upon what it is. As a reminder, I'm going to remind the contestants, if you begin speaking after your opponent has finished their attempt at a pun, it will be automatically accepted. We do not go back and correct.
Aaron, are you ready with the time? Are you ready with the timer, Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to introduce the topic first?
Okay. Yes. I just want to make sure you were ready. I can't see Twitch. The category, the topic is power tools, handheld power tools.
All right, and yeah, it finally came up that time. All right, and the timer.
Okay.
is...
Jeremy, you are contestant number 1, so you will go first this time. Ready? Go.
I was in the green room at a Who concert, and you wouldn't believe what that band saw.
Okay. We'll take that one, and we'll allow Arun to do one also, but that's not handheld.
Arun, you're muted.
Oh shit. Okay. Hi. So can you hear me? Power tools, power tools, power tools. Crap. Power tools. This is not a drill.
It also is not the category of swear words.
Crap is not a swear word.
What's the name of that like powdery stuff at the beach? Sand, dur.
I was using that to hold up my jeans. That made it a belt sander.
I got a wrench. I was wrenched when I was out in the rain.
Okay.
When the last time I took acid, I saw visions of electricity. It was like a wire stripper.
Wire stripper? A wire stripper is not a power tool.
Oh, huh. Okay.
That would be one strike.
Okay. Is a reciprocating saw a power tool?
As far as you know.
Okay, I see. Okay, great. Well, my dad and I were trying to finish a project, and he said, "Look, you help me, I help you, and we'll use a reciprocating saw."
I think the plot of Footloose was like, no more jigs. Aw.
Dude, has handsaw been used? Has handsaw been used? Oh, that was the first one, wasn't it?
We've had 3 saws used. That was not one of them.
No,
Oh, okay.
bandsaw we said
handsaw.
was not a
Handsaw
was,
with H.
Oh,
Yes,
handsaw. Okay, I'm sorry.
So wait, so handsaw is okay? So what is Ben Solo's father's favorite power tool? Well, a handsaw.
Okay.
Batman was in his Batmobile and he was like, "Pow, we're driver."
Okay.
Arun?
So you know what they say about what's a handyman's favorite car? An Accord. Accord.
Accord. Okay.
Nothing indicates power more than that, right?
True. It's not unique to power tools, but okay, let's move on.
Would you mind if I did a bit?
Sure. You want to make it about my nail gun water bottle?
So I was in Vegas and I just got addicted to the slot machines. I would stay, pull, gun, because they tried to get me out of there.
Okay.
I was watching, like I was in a cab, well, an Uber, I guess. So this was clearly before March, and with a friend, and the friend was just cursing out the driver, the cabbie. He was like, "Screw driver."
Electric screwdrivers.
I was really, really tired, and then the medical team came, and they were like, "Laser level."
Ooh, interesting.
I was looking. What do you do when you need to look for some soap? You use a suds finder.
Sorry, laughing.
I was making soup with some Campbell's containers, and I was using a spoon to mix it up, and I knocked it over on my foot. Pain can stirrer. I was a pained can stirrer.
Okay, yes, there are electric pain can stirrers.
It's actually a drill bit, but yes. Arun?
Yeah. So, I was trying to make some food actually, and I dropped it all on my knee, and now it won't blend well. Blender?
Blender is a kitchen appliance.
So what are we considering as a power tool here then?
Okay, because first of all, blender is not handheld, and secondly, it's considered an appliance.
Oh, handheld power tools. Okay.
Yes. So, Brian, what do you think? Is that a strike?
We've been fairly
torn on
lax.
that
So,
one.
we've been fairly lax so far when it comes to power tools, handheld power tools. There are powered screwdrivers. We referenced a couple of bits. There are hand blenders as well, just as the paint stir is a very large handheld blender. Converting a drill to that. Let's accept that, but remember, power tools. Okay. Let's say they require batteries, power. Batteries or power, and are designed to be used by hand. And I believe that's to
Jeremy, it's to you.
Okay. I think I need to eat a little hammer to get some more iron.
A simple hammer is handheld with no power. If you want to make a pun, a type of hammer that uses power, you can do that. But you need to start quick.
So a magician had a routine where he had something that hits nails into wood, and it was an electric hammer.
Electric hammer.
I have not heard of that term. And let's give a strike on that one. Go again.
Okay, we have one strike apiece.
I'm out.
Oh, okay. Well,
man.
congratulations to
Arun moves on.
Arun moves on.
Well played.
Okay, well, it looks like everybody felt like turning off their camera a little prematurely. You know, that was a very difficult round, and one of the ideas there is what is the right category? What is a pun? So we're going to come back to you in just a moment. But first, I want to show our audience a little bit more about what is a pun.
Hi, I'd like to talk to you about a different kind of stretching. An attempted pun that is not really a pun, or as we call it, the dreaded non-pun. In the first round of Pun Slingers, we cut people some slack. If you made a non-pun, we gave you a chance to fix it. But in the later rounds, we will give you a strike if you make an obvious non-pun. So to help you out, here's some tips on how to avoid making non-puns. Think about our definition of pun. It's basically about meaning. It's about using a word to mean something different than it usually means. When someone makes a non-pun, they are using a word in its normal meaning. Most often, they're using it as part of a cliché or a double entendre. Let me give you an example. Say the topic is farm animals. If you say, "Well, that's a horse of a different color," that is an obvious non-pun. You are using the word horse in its normal sense. You will get a strike, and besides, it's not even funny. Non-puns are not always as obvious as that. If you say, "Well, I'm just horsing around," you are using a slightly different meaning of the word horse, but it's not really a different meaning because it means to act like a horse. Because it's a gray area, we might give you a chance to fix it, but we might give you a strike. So, it's better to just stay out of gray areas. The safest way to make a real pun is to use a sound-alike word. For example, "All this talking is making me hoarse." That is clearly a pun. Or you can say, "I'm hungry. Where are the hors d'oeuvres?" Clearly a pun. I know that it's not easy to think about fine distinctions of language when you have only 5 seconds to start talking. So here is a handy rule of pun. When in doubt, look for sound-alike words. Here's a bonus. Real puns are funnier than non-puns, which means They help to put the audience on your side. That's important because if you and your opponent stretch out your round for 10 minutes, the audience will be voting on the winner. So keep it real and keep yourself out of the witless rejection program.
And we are back. We are going to have our next heat, but first you should probably know who is going to be competing. Gary, can you make the introductions, please?
Happy to do that, Aaron. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the stage for his multiple appearance, David Wide from somewhere up there in Seattle land. He survived his first round this morning, and he's back again to take on Logan Anbinder, the survivor of his round. So David, or let me see, Logan, of course, is a veteran of Pun DMV in DC area. He lives in Maryland, and I understand he's a Quidditch player, which is a sport that I've not quite recognized yet. But there's always room for me to learn. How do you play Quidditch if you don't have a broom that flies?
Very carefully.
Very carefully. All right. I wouldn't lose any sweep over it. Anyway, we're going to put you up against David, and we're going to hand you over to Steve, who is going to introduce the topic to you. So good luck with that.
Wait, aren't you going to introduce David Wide?
I'm sorry. Oh, I talked about him already. Yeah, David Wide from Seattle land. Good old David. I don't want to puff him up too much. He's got a big enough head as it is.
Okay, well then go ahead and turn your camera off, Gary, and let's get our next two MCs up.
Get them in the right windows this time.
Well, I'm doing my best, Gary. Okay, so I'll rearrange those windows in just a moment, but let's go ahead and get things started. Who's taking the alpha here?
I will be leading, gentlemen. The topic is taking somewhat of a radical turn from the last topic, undergarments. Category.
All right.
The topic is undergarments.
Undergarments. And I'm going to go ahead and change those names in a moment, but I'll do it after the timer starts. So you can go ahead and call the first player there, Brian.
All right, let's begin with Logan.
Well, my sister wanted to get into a fist fight, but I really didn't want to box her.
I'm looking under things. Underwear.
David, I'm really cheering for you. Brah, brah.
When I'm laying outside in the sun, it's a lingerie.
I think I'll just keep this next pun brief.
I used to wear small undergarments, but now that I'm older, I'm getting a little thong in the tooth.
I gotta look up to see what's up there.
Oh,
I'm sorry, you ran out of time.
That exceeded our 5-second limit. I am so sorry. I didn't even get a chance to change your name in the thing. All right. So,
working 9 to 5.
No, that's Tom Cruise in his underwear.
Brilliant. All right, I'm gonna show you a word from a couple of our sponsors, and when we come back, we are going to begin our next heat.
The O. Henry Museum is the traditional home of the wildly popular Pun-Off World Championships. Located in the heart of Central Austin's downtown entertainment district, this historic landmark is annually seen to be the scene of many hysteric remarks. I'm afraid that all these histrionics can't be treated with curative tonics. My diagnosis? A punning psychosis.
I got distracted. That was Arun that took that, right?
Addicts hooked on homophonics.
The Power Tools round, yes.
Okay, and
Funding for the 2020 Punslingers online competition is provided
David
in part by
right?
PARD, Austin Parks and Recreation Department, and by our twisted friends at O. Henry Museum. It's a national literary landmark located in the heart of downtown Austin, Texas. The O. Henry Museum is so much more than a one-story house because there are so many pun fan addicts. www.facebook.com/O. Henry Museum. The 2020 Pun Off is brought to you in part by Lou's Shoes. Come see our new shipment of shoes recently delivered by Tow Truck. And if you're in a relationship, bring along your soulmate. We offer great prices, much less than retail. Don't be a loafer. Come on over to Lou's Shoes. When you get here, just ask for Lou. He'll be glad to help you.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting phone calls, Darren. I got this phone bank here. I put the number out, and it's getting phone calls. I just got. Okay. How did you get this number? No, that'd be stupid. I wouldn't give this number out. This is a fake phone bank. I don't want any real people calling in on here. Why did you call me? Have you got any money? We're trying to collect money for our fundraiser. It's for the O. Henry Museum. Yeah. Well, don't call me if you haven't got any money. Oh, you do? You have money? Well, great. Send it on over. Yeah, fax it to my fax machine. I got a fax machine right here. All right. Here it comes. Money right out of the fax machine. Look at that. Look at that. I got money. He sent a bunch of money. You can do it too. Go to punintensive.com/donate. punintensive.com/donate. And here's some more calls. Hang on a minute. Here we go. What? No, that URL, it's punintensive.com/donate. That's just one slash, not too many. No, not backslash. Who do you think you are? O.J. Simpson? Come on, backslashes. All right. Come on, I got important things to do here. I got more people calling in. Yep, hang on. Oh, all right. No, that should read international renown, not irrational nouns. What? All right. Okay, call back. Yeah, punintensive.com/donate. Yeah. Okay. Operators are standing by, curious to know whether or not you've got any money. Yes. No, our operators are not by curious. I said they're standing by, curious to know if you've got money. Do you have money? Send it on in. All right.
Hey, Gary, I don't know if you noticed, but we have some contestants here waiting for you.
All right.
While our audience are busy donating money, why don't you go ahead and introduce them?
I'm happy to do that. We're going to come up next. This is already heat number 11. I've got Dave Wallace going up against Adam Engel. Is that right? Dave Wallace, of course, from Austin, Texas. He's a artistic director for Comedy Sports here in Austin. He's been in Punslingers 10 or 11 times. He claims. I don't recall him that many times, but then it's all a big blur to me anyway. And of course, when I start talking, I just start a big blurt out anyway. And then Adam Engel, of course, is our buddy from another guy from Seattle. He's a high school science teacher in Seattle. And he created the podcast The Pun is Mightier, and has also appeared with us on Pun Intensive, the podcast. And I hear rumors that Adam has a new podcast in development. So I'm going to hold him to that. Hold your feet to the fire and I want to be the first guest up on your new podcast. So, without further diddling around, we're going to put you together, Adam and Dave, and put you together with Brian and David Guggenheim, Brian Oakley and David Guggenheim, and they will throw you the topic.
All
Let's
right,
go.
so I want those two gentlemen to turn their cameras on, please. And real briefly, we're going to get a word from our sponsors while you guys do that.
Support for this presentation brought to you by the generous contribution of our favorite cannabis shop, Potty Training. I would tell you what they do there, but we'd rather you find out for yourself.
2020 Punslingers competition is supported by the Brush Square Museums Foundation, which provides the underpunnings for 3 historic downtown Austin collections. When you brush square daily, people may ignore all your other floss. www.brushsquaremuseums.org.
O. Henry's Punslingers 2020 online edition is emotionally supported by Punsters United Nearly Yearly, a puny group of loose-knit wits and word butchers who are proudly dedicated to the perpetration of putrid puns and perverse paranomasia since 1990. Even when we're done with puns, you'll still be feeling puny all year. Facebook.com/punypage.
And we are on. All right, so who's our lead judge on this one? Is this Steve?
I believe it's David, actually.
I'm getting it wrong every time. All right, go ahead, David.
Okay, our next category is physical sports. Physical sports. We have contestant number 9, Dave Wallace, and contestant number 12, Adam. So let's start with Dave Wallace because he's numerically ahead on the list right now. Dave, go.
All right. Well, if you were to ask me what my favorite number is, I would have to say tennis.
I got kicked in the testicles playing contact sports. It was a real football situation.
In science, you could drop your balls into a base or a base into balls.
Well, you're making a pun about science for me. Go figure that.
I think it was the shot put me over the top.
I've been worried about COVID a lot because I've been known to get a lot of postnasal drip, and you've seen me a lot of times hawking loogies.
Would you like a Javelin?
No, but I can switch from Verizon to Sprint.
Now, discuss right here, right? Let's discuss this topic some more.
Well, 5K, I'll continue discussing it.
If you put pepper at the end of 100 yards, then you've got a 100-yard dash.
That's true. And if you get hitched at the end of a long race, you could call it a marathon.
And if you smoke some ganj before you leap, then you're doing the high jump.
Going back to the last topic about undergarments, I feel like it was a really missed opportunity to talk about the most wearable sport, soccer.
Yikes. The famous movie monster celebrity actor, he competed in the lawn jump.
Oh, maybe so, but I recently gave up a lot of dairy products. I miss ice cream, but more than anything, I miss yoga.
I really do like a Jamaican food. Give me a good clean and jerk chicken. I am all about it.
I will, again, with the vegetarian thing, I'll let you have it, but I would snatch that seitan from you in a heartbeat.
You apply electricity to an elevator in London, then you've got yourself a power lift.
Somebody might think that I'm smart for going to the gym, but others might consider me a real dumbbell.
Is that okay? So if you're in West Texas and you're from Scotland and you've got this under your saddle, then you can have a K burr toss.
Now going way back, thinking about candies from earlier. I always like to reward myself with candy at the end of a workout. Particularly, I love my Crunch bars.
All right. So if you're in a nuclear arms race, and technically you're armed wrestling.
Oh, true. When I jumped off of a cliff while playing a musical instrument, base jumping.
If a chicken isn't acquired, then do you hear the boxing?
I had to, well, speaking about singing, speaking about base jumping, on the way up the cliff, I was jamming along to some music. It was some rock climbing.
Admittedly, I am kind of addicted to boxing, but recently I'm happy to say that I did kickboxing.
Can I be real frank with you right now? Can I be frank with you right now? Like, I've been really nervous about coming into the second round, so I feel like I may or may not have the runs right now.
And maybe you shouldn't be admitting that.
What was the pun there?
MMA.
Oh, I got it. But I mean, this is so generic, like water sports anyway.
Well, if I lose this, then I'm just going to bid you all farewell and say salam, see you later.
I have been trying to predict what would happen in the very slim chance that I win, but I'm not good at divining the future.
Yeah, well, if you think I'm good at sledding, you should see bobsled.
Ooh, interesting. So I did take a quick break and I hocked a massive luge G.
That's okay. I did a whole bunch of crystal meth and did some speed skating.
Tomorrow I'm gonna hit the slopes, but it's been so long. I'm worried I'm gonna feel snow bored on the way out there.
I'm going to grab a leaf from a tree, cover myself, and go figure skating.
I went shopping at the Olympics. I really felt like it was a biathlon kind of day.
I can't be in the hot tub for too long. I get softballs.
Thanksgiving's coming up next week, and so we gotta spice our turkeys the best way you can. I prefer to dress sage my turkey above all.
Hip hip hey, hip hip hooray!
Oh, foiled again.
I would have stolen that joke, but then I'd be arrested for fencing.
I got in a battle. Unfortunately, I got stabbed by a saber-toothed tiger.
I recently stapled my testicle to my thumb. Now I have handballs.
Oh God!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sounds like you're in a pickle.
Oh, let's see here. You know what? I've got my best friend. His name is Pong. I'm gonna get him on Slack real quick. I'm gonna ping Pong.
Man, I was gonna go for. Well, why don't we table tennis conversations for now and move on to other sports?
Tennis has been used,
but not table tennis.
Oh, okay, that's right. Correct.
Well, tether ball or tether this. It's up to you, really.
That's true. I feel like you're kind of cycling me out with some of your awesome puns.
That shirt's kind of wrinkled. You should iron, man.
I went shopping at the Olympics, but unfortunately I couldn't triathlon before I went to biathlon.
So do you know the actor Skeet Ulrich? Well, I don't like him very much. I'm probably going to go skeet shooting.
When I go to the pot shop down the street from me, anytime I have to leap over a crack, it ends up as a high jump.
High jump has been used.
Strike one.
Strike one.
One strike.
Okay. Well, then I have to go take care of my chickens after this. And I'm worried that rather than tripping over them, I'm going to have to make a long jump over them.
I think long jump has been used. Yep. 2 strikes.
Strikes all at once.
That's correct. 2 strikes.
Okay. My favorite show right now is everything in the Arrowverse.
Okay, well, I've got my friend in Korea. His name is Lo. He's not very rich. He's Po Lo.
Honestly, I don't know if that pun the previous pun should have been counted. But my other favorite show is Archer.
Now, if you go searching for the church of your life, then you could be going on a steeplechase.
I don't know what religion you are. I'm Judo.
I'm equestrian.
So I had to buy a specific suit in order to go and jump off that cliff, like way back when. Let's see if you guys count this one. I had to bring my base kit ball with me in order to succeed.
Baseball has been used.
He said basketball.
Oh, basket. Okay, thank you.
Which is a good thing because that was right at the 10-minute wire. So had you been knocked out right there, that would have been especially sad. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you we're going to have a brief break, show you a commercial from one of our sponsors. During that time, I would like the people who are currently on camera to turn off their cameras and for our drawing board to come online.
Support, both moral and immoral, is provided by Pun Intensive, the podcast for social outcasts. Our casts are not broadcast, but they come fast and won't leave you downcast. Pun Intensive. It's the only podcast you really need.
Running a thing there, Aaron,
and we know you
us...
need it bad. www.punintensive.com.
And we are back with our drawing board. I'll go ahead and let Carmen go ahead and start.
All right. Hello, everyone. Wow, that was an epic round. We're so impressed over here in the drawing room. So we're going to just say a few words and do a quick round robin about some of the things we really enjoyed about that round and some of the reasons maybe why we're going to make the choice that we make. And I'll start. Boy, their rapid fire back and forth banter, that is when things get really, really fun. And as Jonah likes to say, that's when the magic happens. So let's go, Annika.
Great. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the habit of writing down all puns with my Punderground hat. So I was very impressed. Adam's Hakalugi was one of my favorites, or how fast he responded with the foiled again was truly just chef's kiss. Yes. Yeah, I mean, there's so many great puns, but I'll throw it to Sam.
Yeah, echoing what Annika said, the back and forth was so great and also shows one of these kind of secondary skills of pun competitions, which is that you listen to each other and you're playing off each other, which again is where the magic happens. One of my favorite moments was when Adam said, "I am Judo," and we had Dave come back with equestrian. That was just spectacular. Alex.
Yeah, you all were listening so well. It was just a thing of beauty. You didn't botchy a single one. I especially, there are a lot of balls content, but it was all strong content. But I did especially love Foiled Again. So props for that again. And throw it to Jonah.
Thank you. I particularly liked Handballs and Pickle as a tete-a-tete. I echo what the other punsters here have said. This was an extremely tight one. I thought that Adam's quick responses and careful listening really lifted up his skill as a listener and improviser. And I did feel that Dave stuck a little more strongly to the category. There were some difficult calls about what might have been a thing that you're using in this sport rather than the sport. I do not relish the vote that we made. On Dave, I really liked MMA, and Adam, I loved Marathon. We're going to send it back to Carmen for the reveal. But congratulations, both of you. Truly, if you're in the audience out there, this was some top-notch punning. Yeah, I don't know how to put the clap up, but that's what I mean. The clapping hands, that is.
All right, and so our decision by a hair, we're gonna have Dave move on to the next round. Dave.
Congratulations, Dave Wallace. Good old Francis. All right, so as you know, this is in fact an annual event put on by a nonprofit organization. We are trying to raise money for the O. Henry Museum. I think I hear something going on now.
Yep. Yeah, you called the Pun Off hotline. Yeah. What? Oh, these wires? Yeah, it's called a telephone. Why are you asking? Yeah, it plugs into the wall. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's not for power. It's for the signal. It's for goes through the wire. How old are you anyhow? You've never heard of a telephone with a wire? Jeez. Well, allow me to do a plug. The plug is for
I can't do this.
punintensive.com/donate. We're trying to raise money. It's a fundraiser for a worthy cause. We're trying to raise money for the O. Henry Museum. Yeah, to restore the O. Henry Museum and to enhance their collections. We need your money. So go to punintensive.com/donate and give us your money. No, I don't want your phone. I don't want your phone number either. What? Books? Oh, yeah. We usually have a book sale. When we have the live pun off, we usually have a book sale. You want to donate books? Oh, magazine? What do you got? National Geographics. Oh, sorry, those are too heavy. I can't take those. I got too many back issues. Oh God. Hang on. Somebody else is calling in. Oh. Aaron, maybe you better run a sponsor logo here. You got it? Yeah, I'll take this one here. Oh, double entendre. No, we don't do double entendres. You're looking for the Toyota dealer. They have the double cab Tundras and the single cab Tundras both.
The 2020 Pun Off is brought to you in part by Luz Shoes. Come see our new shipment of shoes recently delivered by Tow Truck. And if you're in a relationship, bring along your soulmate. We offer great prices, much less than retail. Don't be a loafer. Come on over to Luz Shoes. When you get here, just ask for Lou. He'll be glad to help you.
Back to the show. All right, so on deck we're getting the last heat of round 2. We're going to have Max Park from Thunderdome fame. He's been to the O. Henry Punslingers a number of times. We were joking earlier about he says he has 2 mystery boxes under his belt, and I told him, please don't show us what's under your belt, Max. But that's getting to be an old joke by now. Anyhow, let's welcome him with a warm round of fake applause. Yay, yay, Max Park back again. So glad to see you, even though you're not here in Austin. Did you get your barn raised this afternoon?
they raised the barn without me, unfortunately. I kind of got left out of that whole event.
Okay. All right. So, and then going up against Max will be Greg Siegel from Maryland. We discovered that he's not a doctor. It said on his dossier for MD, and I thought he was like a doctor, but he's not a doctor. Anyway, he's a recent discovery, at least recently discovered by me, performing in Pun DMC. Saw him online and really appreciated what he was doing, and befriended him, and he and I have been fast friends and slow friends for several months now, and he also is playing hot and heavy with us on the Puny group online. We have a hardcore riddle playing group that plays riddles every weekend, and you can get in touch with me, Gary at halleck.net, if you want to find out how to play riddles with us online. Enough for the personal plugs. Greg Siegel going against Max Park, and the MCs on this round will be David and Brian, if I'm not misinformed, which I usually am.
David, are you there?
Here I am.
Excellent. All right, gentlemen, go ahead.
All right, gentlemen, the topic is water. A couple of clarifications here. No proper names. We are not going to take Pacific. We are not going to take Atlantic. We are not going to take Lake Erie or any of the others. No proper names. We also will not be taking verbs like squirt or things water does. We are looking at water, and we'll see where it goes. Rein you in accordingly, but you're both strong, and
rein that in.
All right. So Max, please begin.
Okay, thanks for that explanation. I see what you did there.
So good luck, Max. What are we going to do with this category, you think?
I'm just steaming with ideas.
Well, that's good. I'm feeling a little stranded.
Hold on. Okay. Please help me with stranded.
Strand is a body of water.
Actually, I believe a strand is the earth between water. Help me out here, David.
I am not familiar with the term, so I.
Well, all right, we'll let it go. You are ready, Max. Anyway, that's what happens.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So a body of water snuck up on me the other day, and then I got a creak in my back.
Love Scrabble, also love Boggle.
Okay. Can you take a look? Am I going gray, sir?
Nice.
I'm sorry, gray, sir?
Glacier.
Okay.
Not the guy who puts on the glass.
So things are good here, I guess. How's by you?
Nice.
I'm enjoying the fall.
So new things happening in the world. Without going into detail, I just hope we see a reversal.
Clarify the reversal. Obvious.
Okay. So I can't come up with another pun. Canal.
So not that I'm driving a lot, but I miss my fjord.
So while we're planning a movie for later, I'm going to call a whole genre. Can I reserve noir?
Watching a lot of TV, especially Netflix, probably my favorite streaming service.
So are puns about water handling equipment adequate?
So,
yes. We're not going to get into tubes and pipes, but aqueduct is sure. Well, you know what? Actually, I'm going to have you redo that one. I see the pathway this goes down, so let's just stick with water. Water is actually, you're right. Aqueduct is the funnel, so let's just stick with water. No strike, but please go again.
But it was funny.
Oh, it was funny.
Well, I mean, I hope my puns will kill.
What is a cue?
So kill is the Dutch word for a stream or river, which has many.
Boy. Oh.
Okay.
All
Got
right.
us there, Max.
All right, we gave you Fjord, and Greg, you're awarded with ample time to respond now.
In puns, as in life, I think it's important not to puddle your eggs in one basket.
Ooh, nice.
So is this video going out via the cloud?
Steam.
I wonder who has a lock on this category.
Oh, well, I hope that whoever is the victor will be hailed.
Marsha. No?
Oh,
that, my friend, was an ill-timed drink of fluid, ironically.
Ironically enough, huh?
You lost 3 seconds while you were looking away, unfortunately, and Max is pretty fast. So, unfortunately, that is the end of the round. Congratulations, Max. And thank you, Greg. Strong showings, both your rounds.
Thank you.
Fantastic round.
All right, so that is the end of round 3. So we just have a few more rounds to go. We're going to take a slightly longer than average break, and by that I just mean a couple of minutes for people to, shake it off and so on. But I'm not going to leave without something for you to watch. Some of you may have seen this video before, but I think it is worth reviewing again to know exactly what's going on. Also, we may stick in a cute little treat in there. So we'll see in a few minutes.
Welcome to the 2020 O. Henry Pun-Off Punslingers Competition. You'll enjoy the competition a lot more if you're familiar with the terminology and rules of the event. Basically, 2 contestants are given a topic. They alternate offering puns on that topic until one is eliminated or the time limit is reached. The winner advances to the next round. Terminology. Topic. The category in which the contestants must pun. For example, archaeology. Cue. The word or phrase upon which a pun is based. Ziggurat. Response. The use of a cue in an attempt to pun. Now, I started vaping because it's supposed to be better than ziggurats. Rounds will last a maximum of 10 minutes with 2 judges and 2 contestants. Primary judge will introduce the topic, clarify any parameters for that topic, and indicate which contestant will begin the round. Another judge will monitor the cues being used and assist with the 5 count. More on that in a moment. The response from each contestant must meet 3 criteria: contain an actual pun, fit within the topic parameters, and use a new cue. The contestant must begin their response within a 5 count of the end of their opponent speaking. They are subject to being interrupted by the judge if stalling is suspected. If a response is not started within the 5 count, the contestant is eliminated and the round is over. The judges will administer penalties in the form of strikes. 3 strikes will eliminate the contestant and end the round. The judges do have discretion in administering strikes, and will be more lenient in the first round, allowing contestants the opportunity to repair a non-pun. Repeated infractions may not be provided this opportunity. Reuse of a cue will result in a strike. The penalty for using a cue not falling within the topic parameters will vary from a strike to allowing another response at the judge's discretion. A very important note: when a contestant begins speaking immediately after their opponent, the previous response is considered automatically accepted. The judges will not stop and go back to assess or penalize a previous response. If neither contestant is eliminated within the time limit, the winner will be determined by the drawing board. This group of experienced competitive punsters will confer, then determine the winner of the round. The remaining pair of contestants will meet in the final round, which has an extended time limit, doubled to 20 minutes. If both contestants somehow survive to the end of the round, again, the decision for the winner will be determined by the drawing board. Regardless of the method of victory, the successful contestant will become the O. Henry Punoff Pun Slinger Champion for 2020.
I missed that. So I missed an opportunity here. I went with Proud Mary, but I should have gone.
Yeah, I'm answering phones like mad over here, Aaron. I'm glad you called to remind me, because I've got more phone calls than I know what to do with. People are just piling on. Somehow the word has gotten out that my fake phone lines are real, and people are calling in like mad trying to donate money. We're trying to reach our goal, but nobody's actually set a goal for us here today. So we'll not really know when we've reached our goal, but maybe I could just count by how many phone calls there are. They're calling in from punintensive.com/donate, and you can send in your donations by check, mail, money order, PayPal, all the usual things. Just call in and hang on a second. I got one here. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know how you feel. Yeah, it's near the end. It's near the end, and you're going to be depressed because we're not going to have a pun off for another 12 months. But that's not really right, because we're only 6 months away from our scheduled pun off in May. So if all things work out real well, we may be back live in Austin and come this May. But yeah, I know it's depressing to be the only one in your family that puns, and I know the feeling. I know how you feel. Yes. Yeah, retired? Well, yeah, supposedly I retired, but technically I'm are you familiar with the word emeritus? Yeah, not emeritus. Emeritus is a disease for which there's no cure, but emeritus, yeah, right. We're making emeritus great again. Yes, that's why I'm producing this event, because emeritus is great, and emeritus is a very nice woman too. She lets me do this in the house. I just said a little while ago, I'm sorry I had to bring the pun off all the way home with me this year. She said, yeah, okay, I'll stay on the other end of the house. Hang on, I got to take this other call. Okay. Yeah, the last round is 20 minutes. Aaron misspoke that earlier, but you should know better. Well, you're in the last round, aren't you? No. Oh, you're not. It hasn't been decided yet. Who is this? Okay. Call me back when it gets closer to the last round. Yeah, I know you've got something to do. You want to watch Saturday Night Live, don't you?
No, I'm watching the live Pun Slinger 2020 competition. Yeah,
no,
it's
I'm
on right now,
myself.
and it's awesome.
No, I'm married. I've been married for
Hey,
43 years. I'm not dating
because
myself.
they usually do that other thing
Okay.
first, don't they?
All right. Thanks.
Like, whatever happened to that first part of the talk, where those
punintensive.com
people come up and tell crazy
donate.
stories packed with
Yes,
puns?
send us your money.
What?
Long green.
No,
Long green.
it already happened? Oh,
Thank you.
I'm so sorry I missed it. What? That was online too? All 32 contestants? Really? OMG, that's great. So like I can still see the whole thing on the website, www.punoff2020.com. That's easy to remember. Oh, can you recall who won first place? Oh, really? That's awesome. My favorite. I can't wait to watch it all right now. Oh, well, like, not right now. Why? Because I'm still watching Punslingers live, silly. Uh-oh, gotta go. They're coming back on. Bye.
All right, Gary, you're up.
Okay, and that's going to be Arun DeBry against David Wide. You know him, you love him. Let's get some more of them. Arun DeBry and David Wide on deck and up, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And we're going to throw it to Steve and Brian to give them the topic promptly.
Hello, gentlemen, and congratulations on making the second round. You also are both experienced punt-off veterans on site, and I appreciate the hard work you do and expect you guys to do well in the next category, which is weapons, no firearms. I'll give you a moment to mull over that. Weapons, no firearms. I do understand that there are some existential things that are considered weapons. Thank you, Joan Jett. But is that Pat Benatar? Help me out there. Pat Benatar, stop using sex as a weapon. Who is that? I'll let the phone ask a boomer. All right, gentlemen, I'll give you a few extra seconds to think of firearms, no weapons, and we'll go with Arun beginning.
All right, how are you doing? Sorry, I don't care at all. Actually, I do care.
Knife one.
Thanks, I thought it rocked myself.
I'm going to step in here and say traditionally rock has been considered a weapon, but simply anything that can be used as a blunt option will not be considered a weapon, but that is generally considered to be a weapon. So please go on, David.
I'm playing baseball, so I've got my baton in hand.
Oh, nice. Are you going to go down to the club later?
If I don't bomb, I guess so.
Bomb?
Would call yes, I agree. We're going to say no firearms, or we're not going to give a strike here, but think of traditional weapons before gunpowder, before artillery, before arms. Okay, no strike, but please go, David.
When I go out at night to protect myself, I carry mace.
You know, I had to koto to someone once, and I was furious. It was a crossbow.
I was in a long email list, and we kept going back and forth, and it was the chainsaw.
You know, I wanted to ask questions, but there were too many questions, so I had to choose them down. I had to pick axe.
That was a spirited one.
Thanks. I decided I wanted to lead piping up.
Sounds like somebody's holding down a key or something.
Let me check if it's me.
There we go. It stopped.
Damn it, it's my light.
Steve, did you get a Run's last cue?
I got pipe.
Okay. I went specifically for lead pipe, but I mean.
No, that's fine. David?
Okay. When I get cold, I shiver.
Yeah, I wanted to. I figured it'd be nice to kill someone with a sharpened stick, but I can dull stick. It's fine. Candlestick.
Candlestick.
It's in Clue.
It is in Clue, which is a board game.
It's one of the weapons in Clue.
Absolutely. You know what? Yes. Go ahead. Get the Clue weapons out of your system. It's limited. It's finite. Feel free. Go ahead, Colonel Mustard.
When there's gunk in my eyes pick.
Oh, nice. You know, I defer to you. I'm going to take a long bow.
Is this drink spiked?
Oh, nice. This is going to be a sword point of contention.
There was some discussion about bowel movements earlier. I hope no one sharded.
Oh, saber for later. Saber.
I'm enjoying this sword play.
Sword was just used.
Sword was, yep.
Strike one.
When I ride on a scooter, it's a razor.
Yeah. Gruesome.
Okay.
Yep. Sweeney Todd.
Yeah. I figured you'd a katana eventually.
Oof.
What was that?
Katana sword.
My favorite winged animal is a bat.
I feel like that one's a little blade out.
I have not been drinking, so I'm not hammered.
You know, when my dad came and talked to me, he said, man, boy, son, poison.
Wow, blade and poison. All right. All right. We'll continue. Go ahead.
I saw it, but I didn't like it.
Okay.
We're really hatcheting it up here.
Thank you for bringing it back in.
Let's not veer into power tools.
Okay, I beat him with a bottle.
What is the pun?
That wasn't, I was stalling.
One strike.
Strike. I believe.
Go ahead,
I
David.
have a website, and in order to make a lot of requests, a bot will help me.
Okay. Arun.
Yep. I decided to use a piece I wanted to get a cut, but it made me look like a douche. I was a real cut glass hole. Cutlass.
Steve. Oh, cutlass. Beautiful. I went with the other one. Excellent.
I don't want to get stuck with a sharp A as a dog. Sharp like a needle.
That is an adjective. It's not a weapon.
No, like a needle is a noun for a sharp, or sharp is like a noun for needles.
I'll let you address this, Steve.
I can't say that I have ever heard of sharp used as a noun. Does anyone different parts?
A sharp in the medical field, a sharp is commonly used in the medical field. Refers to a blade or a needle.
All right, well then, we'll let that pass. And Arun has had plenty of time to come up with his next one.
Why or why not?
Needles to say that was a close call.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at this hand, saw another one.
Saw has been used. Handsaw, I don't know that I have heard of that being used as a weapon. Have there been handsaw murders that I'm not familiar with?
Usually after the fact.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'll let you make the call on whether. I think it's.
I would not call a strike, but I would not accept it. I would make you.
I think it's the same, and we're going into variations. There's a million ways to die in the West, so please, no strike on this. But go ahead and come up with another one that is not use saw. We're just going to get rid of the cue saw for the rest of the round. Go ahead and run.
When I need to get some exercise, I cycle.
I came here of my own accord.
Okay.
You know, if I wanted to, I was going to watch some television about Baltimore, but then I took acid, so I tripwired.
Okay. I'm not going to accept tripwire. Tripwire is not necessarily a weapon. We took cord, wire, garrote as methods of, welcome to the fun pun off, methods of strangulation. However,
also tripwire is normally for an explosive, so that would
I actually didn't
fall
know
under
that. Okay.
firearms.
I know, but you need to watch Rambo again, Steve. But I agree. I agree with you, Steve. Do you think we should give a strike on this? I don't believe it's within the category.
Because it's a gray area, I would just make Arun go again.
All right, Arun, up to you. Go.
All right. So when my little dog got into it just totally wrecked me. I lost a bet. My Korg screwed me.
Ooh, very bad thing.
Women used to be derogatorily referred to as wrenches.
I decided, so I was going to go get some, I was going to go forge some ice, and I was going to go with my favorite MC, so we had a sledgehammer.
I put on some weight, so my pants increased by a size.
I was...
What was that?
Oh.
Well, sorry, what was the cue?
Increased?
My pants increased by a size, but size.
By size.
Oh, sling blade.
Pronunciation is everything. All right.
Run.
Oh, I saw the playground was empty, so I took my swing shot.
Ooh, good one.
They had weapons, old-fashioned weapons, projectiles on a ship. It was a bow and arrow.
I believe we had long
has been used
and longbow
and crossbow.
Your call, Steve.
Actually, I don't see arrow here.
Okay, Arun, let's go to you.
Which Star Wars character knew the most martial arts? Hans Solo.
Are we allowing that as a weapon?
Well, as it turns out, we are at the 10-minute mark anyway, so we are going to allow that. Congratulations to both of you for
nice work,
having a
David.
draw.
Strong work.
So now we're going to ask you to turn off your cameras, and I'm going to have the drawing board turn their cameras on.
Truly a bloody good show.
2020 Punslingers competition is supported by the Brush Square Museums Foundation, which provides the underpunnings for 3 historic downtown Austin collections. When you brush square daily, people may ignore all your other floss. www.brushsquaremuseums.org.
And we are back to the drawing board. Who's going to go first? Is that Carmen? Hello, Carmen.
No, we're going to start with...
Yes, I'm going to start. Hi, everybody. Boy, that was a doozy of a round. Real blows being rained down on either side. And we really a lot of good back and forth there. And lots of things we never knew could be used as weapons. Jonah, what are your thoughts?
Well, this is a very strong list of puns and things I loved. A highlight for me was this taking your swing shot, Arun, and David. I particularly liked needles to say, and I thought Scythe was a very well placed pun. I did come down on one side slightly more than the other, and that will be revealed enough when we get back to Alex. But truly, I thought both of you were very inventive, and I'm just gazing at this list of amazing puns. Congratulations. So we're waiting on Sam to come back on. There she is. I'll send it over to Annika.
Thanks, Jonah. Yeah, there are some truly amazing puns. David's cold, I shiv her was a particular favorite. And the I cycle of Arun's was also starred on my list. Yeah, you both You both fought well. And yeah, what can I say? This is a tough call, but I'm very impressed, and I'll send it to Carmen.
All right.
Oh, I wanted to jump in and also say that I thought that that saying "I was just stalling with the bottle" was one of the funnier moments as well. Sorry.
Yeah, what a great round. That was another tough call for us in the drawing room. Some of my favorite puns were already said, so I won't say them again. But Arun, we really enjoyed your delivery. Really great job there. And let's see, let's go to Sam.
Great. Yeah, a very strong round, echoing what everyone has said. I wanted to add that the tripwire pun for me worked. And I think if you watched Roadrunner, any of those wonderful Looney Tunes, you would know that that's a very effective weapon. Arun, very much appreciated your delivery, especially on words like poison, horrifying, and caught on eventually really stuck out for me. David, you were so quick on the draw, never hesitated. So that was really strong. Who hasn't spoken yet? I don't know.
I think it's coming back to me.
Then back to Alex.
Yeah. And so ultimately we're going to go to Arun, but a wonderful job by both of you. And thank you for all your strong weaponry.
Congratulations, Arun. Now it is time for a word from, frankly, one of my favorite sponsors, because it's one with which I am very intimately involved.
As a producing entity for this online extravaganza, Fantastic Magic Camp Incorporated is proud to support the worthy causes of the O. Henry Museum and their 2020 Punslingers online competition. We make learning magic easier than pulling a habit out of a rat. www.magiccamp.com.
Huh? Oh, well, that's the perfect age. That's the perfect age. I got a cute little girl on the line here. Hang on. Now tell me, Pumpkin. You don't mind if I call you Pumpkin, do you? Tell me, do you know what a credit card is? Yeah, that's right. That's what Mama has in her wallet there, in her purse. Yeah. Can you look in Mommy's purse and see if she has a credit card in her purse? Yeah. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Yeah, she's got several of them, I bet, doesn't she? Now, I'll bet you're pretty good in school. Do you know how to read numbers? Yeah. Well, read me the numbers that are on that card. Yeah, read me the numbers on the card, and okay, and I'll write them down, and then we'll have a little game. Okay. Now you have to turn the card around on the back side, and there's 3 more numbers on the back side too. Yeah. Oh, you're doing so good, sweetie. You're doing so good. Yeah, this is going to be a great surprise for your mama when she sees what we're doing. Yeah, I'll tell her all about it. I'll be sure and tell her all about it. Yeah, what are those 3 numbers? 6, 6, 6.
2020 Pun Off is brought to you in part by Bert's Shirts, offering the finest men's shirts anywhere to be found. Ladies, I hope we're not butting into your business, but if you haven't cottoned a Christmas gift for your boyfriend or husband yet, come on down and check out our inventory. Wool, what are you waiting for? And guys, you might even want to bring your girlfriend or wife with you to our store. Go ahead. Call her up right now and tail her. I'm on my way to pick you up and take you to my favorite shirt store. Let's sleeve in 5 minutes. By the way, we have plenty of space for your car while you shop. You can pocket anywhere.
There we go.
All right, I'm totally
All right,
lost.
Gary, you're on.
I'm totally lost. Is this the final round?
No, it is not. We're getting there though.
All right, semi-final. Here we go. Dave Wallace and Max Park. And all introductions are same as above. So Dave Wallace versus Max Park, and we're throwing it to I don't even have a note here about who's running this show. So take it away,
That's
whoever's
fine.
running this show.
All right, let's have Gary go off camera. Let me get my two MCs, please. I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for that, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
The 2020 Pun-Off is brought to you in part by Luz Shoes. Come see our new shipment of shoes recently delivered by Tow Truck. And if you're in a relationship, bring along your soulmate. We offer great prices, much less than retail. Don't be a loafer. Come on over to Luz Shoes. When you get here, just ask for Lou. He'll be glad to help you. The 2020 Pun-Off is brought to you in part by Burt's Shirts, offering the finest men's shirts anywhere to be found. Ladies, I hope we're not butting into your business, but if you haven't cottoned a Christmas gift for your boyfriend or husband yet, come on down and check out our inventory. Wool, what are you waiting for? And guys, you might even want to bring your girlfriend or wife with you to our store. Go ahead. Call her up right now and tail her. I'm on my way to pick you up and take you to my favorite shirt store. Let's sleeve in 5 minutes. By the way, we have plenty of space for your car while you shop. You can pocket anywhere in our lot. When you come inside, one of our sales ladies will help you. Just ask for Polly or Esther. Burt's Shirts. When you wear one of our shirts, you've plaid your cards right.
All right. We're on.
Hi.
Gentlemen.
It looks like we're down to the semifinals now, and our two contestants this time are Dave Wallace and Max Park. Both of them I know have been to this round before in previous pun-offs, and both of them are masters. Steve, you know what the category is? It's your area of expertise. Why don't you tell them what it is?
Indeed. Personally, I think that this is a very good topic to pun on. The topic is musical terms.
And by the way, Steve is a musician, so he's going to take the lead on this one. I am not a musician. I'm a drummer.
Ah, you are not amused. So,
I'm on a roll.
Musical terms, by which we mean basically technical musical terms, not styles of music and not musical instruments. That still leaves quite a bit for y'all to pun on. I believe that Dave, yes, contestant number nine. Dave, you get to go first. And
all right.
You're on.
Max, you could be in trouble.
I'm going to take a measured approach to this category.
Well, you got to reach down, to your base level of puns on this one.
I spent today at the junkyard. I would stack autos to work up my muscles.
Were they flimsy autos or firm autos?
Well, I also will crush endos later.
You know what? Who my favorite character was on Seinfeld? Costanza.
Let me check my pen and paper. I've written a whole note here.
Well, if you want a half note, half mine.
I want to be careful though when I'm on a body of water, because if I am eating a fancy meal, I don't want to sink a pate.
If you want the leftovers on my sandwich, you can have the rest.
Whenever they're getting together people, they're going to have to check the ventilation system. You'll have to look in the conduct.
That's going to be against my CODA conduct.
I'm getting some information here. Repeat.
Excuse me.
Repeat is a musical repeat is pretty much the same as a verbal repeat. I did not.
Yes, but it's about the person named Pete. I'm getting information regarding Pete.
Regarding Pete. All right. I didn't hear Pete there, so I was not clear.
Yeah, Pete.
All right, Dave.
We all seen the Shawshank Redemption. Andy Dufresne got sent back to prison, so they refrained him.
This is kind of my area of expertise.
Some people like Fort B. I like Fort A.
I know some people have been over the line, but I'll toe the line.
You know, 9's pretty good. 10 or better.
So I think that these puns are so primo.
Phew, I'm glad you rested that.
Some people don't like tones. Like me, for example, I can't baritone.
So is that your quartet?
If you stick your foot out in front of me and I fall over it, well, that triple let go.
Can I brass you a question?
We're getting into musical instruments when you say brass. Not going to give you a strike on that, but not going to accept it. Go again.
So going back to the bodies of water, I took my musician friends and we formed a marching band.
Marching band is a style of music. We're going to give you a strike on. Oh, well, march. Okay.
March.
Well, okay. March is
march is a style.
It's a technical term too. You'd write march over a score, so we'll take that.
I do not drive Kias. Every time I do, I wreck them.
My buddy is either going to leave some milk behind or let me know that I need to get more. He's going to leave me a quart or note.
Oh, quarter note. Dirge.
Dirge a genre? So I will go down to the church later. I'm going to sing myself. I'm out.
Aw, let's hear it from both contestants.
Wow. Good job,
Max.
Very
amusing round.
Very good.
That tune was very dirigible. It really found that uplifting. Are you there, Aaron? Aaron,
so sorry. Yep, good on mute button. So that brings us to the finals. I think we should take a few minutes to give Dave and Arun a breather. So I'm going to put on some words from our sponsors.
Funding made possible from number 1 and number 2 plumbers. It's always a potty up in here, where your business is our business. Press on. This production is proudly sponsored by Starch Your Engines Dry Cleaner. With us, the finish line is always a clothes call.
Funding for the 2020 Punslingers online competition is provided in part by PARD, Austin Parks and Recreation Department, and by our twisted friends at O. Henry Museum. It's a national literary landmark located in the heart of downtown Austin, Texas. The O. Henry Museum is so much more than a one-story house because there are so many pun fan addicts. www.facebook.com/O. Henry Museum.
Okay, the phones have fallen silent because, of course, they were not ever plugged into anything. The phone bank was total phony. I'm hooked on phone X's, and these are all X phones. But I do need to urge everybody to go ahead and make the donation. We have reached our goal. Our goal was to survive the day. Our monetary goal, who knows what it would have been if we had 1,000 people out in the back of the park behind the museum, but we really do need to not go in the hole on this production so that the museum will support us doing another production like this online. So dig deep and dig often, and tell all your friends to go and visit the website and make a donation when they watch this on the archive later. Thank you everybody for watching and for playing along with me and my phony phone bank. And I knew there was some good reason why I was saving all these landline phones, because Lord knows I got no place to plug them in, but I still know how to make plugs, don't I? Go!
All right, let's go with the finals. Right. I would like to have Gary go off camera and have our last two contestants, Arun and Dave, and also our judges. So as soon as I have all four of y'all on screen,
you mean MCs?
That is correct. Yes, thank you. All right, and one note here: despite what you see on the screen, we are doing something different for this final round. We are going to allow this one to go for 20 minutes. For 20 minutes. Thanks. So when that timer goes out, nothing's going to ring, and we're just going to recycle it. Are there any questions before I toss to our MCs? Nope. All right, then it's in your hands, fellas.
Okay, welcome to the final round here. Looks like it's you and me again, Steve. And
you and me again, David.
So anyway, we've been doing this a long time. Good luck to two of our all-time great contestants, Arun and Dave. Our final topic for the 2020 Pun-Off World Championships online version, Punslingers, is mythology. That's right, I said mythology. Okay. Arun, you're number 3. Dave, you're number 9. So numerically speaking, we're going to let you go first, Arun, and go.
You know, I'm not worried about this one because I spent a lot of time reading Dr. Seuss books when I was younger.
When it comes to dogs, I like the big ones, but I like Athena one too.
Nice. I have a feeling this contest is going to come down to a Hera.
As long as I don't catch Hermes again.
So, what does the tallest man in the world get on his feet? Paul Bunyan's. Paul Bunyan? Yeah.
Okay. So folklore is in. All right, that's cool. Of course, Hermes is pretty bad, but harpies are worse.
Man, if I were telling that one, I would apologize. No, don't actually. It was good.
Some of my Gentile friends, they love the planet Jupiter.
Wait a minute. Was there a pun in there that I missed?
Yeah, it was a pun on Jupiter with the word Jew.
Jew is not a mythology.
But Jupiter is.
Jupiter is.
Oh,
okay, but what word were you punning on?
Well, Jupiter.
Jupiter. Okay, the planet Jupiter is named after the god Jupiter, so that does not count as a pun.
No, he made a pun on Jupiter, the god, and Jew-putter. I forget exactly what it was, but it was on Jews, for example. There is a pun there.
I can fix it, Steve, if you want.
All right, we'll give you a chance to fix it since.
Would you put her there?
Area.
Yeah.
All
like
right,
that.
thank you. Not that.
Am I on?
You're up.
Am I on?
All
right, great. Yeah, I Hades technical difficulties.
Hades.
On my sculling team, this guy, he's really slow. He rose really, really slow.
He rose. Oh,
Eros.
I love that one.
Eros.
You know, they call it they might call it a pocket phone if you put it in your pocket. They might call it a wall phone if you put it in your wall. But if you put it in your purse, it's a Persephone.
Let's hear it for Persephone.
Rah, rah.
Oh, nice.
All right, Egyptian pantheon now.
Yeah. Why so Osiris?
I knew this would happen.
You know, if you went snorkeling off of Noah's Ark, you would be an Arkonaut. Jason and the Argonauts.
Yep, we got it.
Great.
We saw the movie too.
The movie?
I did like his Hercules, but Hercules were great.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to stay hydrated.
Well, I don't want to Medusa this to the lowest denominator, but I have to.
Yeah, we all do.
If you assist,
get your Gorgon.
You're gonna Rama that one in. Rama, yeah.
Yep, we got it. We're switching mythologies here. That's perfectly legal.
So the witches that I like are the ones that are into Tanqueray, you know, the Sten Jin witches.
Sorry, can someone explain the pun to me?
Engine.
What?
What?
The witches that are into Tanqueray, the 10 Jin witches.
10 Jin?
The Sinjin witches, but 10 Jin witches is what I was going for.
Okay.
I think I'm just not
that
getting
was a
the
new one
mythology
on
here.
me, but we'll take it.
Oh, then what?
Dave?
Odin?
Odin, yeah.
If I would given $1 for every Seus, then I would have been given $1 per Seus.
Ooh, nice, good. That was low key hilarious.
Oh, we're going there. It's going to be a Thor topic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of a Vish noob topic.
In, I guess, Asgard, if you want to call somebody, you have to use the Heimdall phone, the Heimdall phone. It's terrible.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna bomb Raw this one, Brahma.
Well, I'll limp this along.
That's good. I'm not upset.
I wear pants that protect my butt. I call them my Asgard pants.
You know, I wear pants when I'm installing stuff on the deck. It helps my Poseidon.
Like it when my friend Valerie yells, "Val, holla at me."
Ooh, good. Well, let's all remember Uranus together.
Waiting for that one.
Well, some puns hit really hard and they might even leave Mars on your face.
Yeah, well, and then you wouldn't be singing quite as so sweet Neptune. Might as well clear them out.
Get those planets out of the way.
So earlier I tried to incorporate Jew into a pun, but Steve didn't like it, so Jew, no?
I don't know how to say this, Dave, but your Venus is showing. I'm sorry, audience.
Ooh,
I put on about 35 pounds thanks to this COVID. I need to go on an Aphrodite.
Let's both of us go on a diet. Lesbos?
Lesbos.
Oh, I'm starting to hear you.
Sorry.
I'm starting to fade away here.
Very good.
Well, I like the pick, see?
Elf, see that and raise you.
There's no place like home.
Open the dwarf, get on the floor.
If we go down this road, we're going to be dragging on for a very long time.
Or we could go somewhere else.
All right, just to be clear here, we're not going to take any more characters from Lord of the Rings unless they are in other mythologies as well. All right, Dave,
And I want to interject real quickly. Arun, can we see your head, please? I know
I'm so
you well
sorry.
enough to
I
know that
turned
you're
away
not
to
cheating,
think.
but it'll be useful. Thanks.
Yeah. I don't want people to think I'm unfairly ahead or unfairly not ahead. I don't know.
Okay, Dave, you've
Thanks for
now
the
had
heads up.
plenty of time to come up with your next pun, so you're on.
I'll Troy and Troy again.
That's the tooth, Fairy.
Did you read the entire contract, Santa? What about the Santa Claus?
Ooh, this is yeah, the devil's in the details.
Okay, that is a perfect example of a cliche that is not actually a pun. So we're going to award a strike for that.
Yeah, you're right.
I agree
with
I
that.
need to fix it?
You will get a strike. You can fix it, or you can pun on a different word. But if you make a real pun, on the
I
word
choose to
devil,
double
we'll
down.
accept that. There we go.
You demand.
Are we really going to ghost here?
I need another drink. Somebody give me some more spirits.
Help, I want my mummy.
You know what? If we're going to go here, I might as well go ahead and bring my umbrella outside because it's about to rain the Holy Grail stone.
Whew.
You know, Zombidi once told me to go on a quest for the Holy Grail.
What was that?
Zombie?
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess if I get in trouble in the zombie apocalypse in Russia, they'll throw me in the gulag. Gulag is what I meant to say.
I think I really appreciate it if we could steer this back towards actual characters from mythology and away from supernatural characters, because we've let you both walk that line for a while, but we may not let you do that forever. So, a word to the wise. Arun, I think you're up.
Yeah, so my friend got knighted, and now he's just so much, he just says so fewer words. He's Cerberus.
There we go. It's not that hard.
I'm not sure if I should Tanta more or Tanta less.
You know, someone told me that my friend Chris joined the army. It said Krishna.
I'm getting narcissic of this. Narcissus of this.
Ooh, good. You know, I encouraged my sister to do this because she's actually quite good at puns, but she said, nah, Sisyphean.
Go ahead and say that again.
So, the opposite of it, well, so I wanted to join a fraternity, and I was thinking, you know, maybe I'd participate in the Chi Run.
You know what? I went to go on a date with this girl, but she didn't show up, so heck to her.
Oh, nice. You know, there's this river that the dead have to cross. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's really in the sticks.
Waiting for that one.
I recently got a picture of somebody just completely losing their temper, so I definitely got my Agomim on.
Oh, wow. You know, there's this, the funeral homes, not everyone comes to pick up the cremains. Sometimes there's just some sad urns.
That's one planet we missed.
If there's one guy, name that I cannot stand, it's Lee. And if you send me in a room full of Lees, I kill Lees.
Well, now that we know, if you walk in and you're named Lee, that's your e-risk.
So I dropped something really heavy on my pinky toe, and now it's a blue toe.
Ah, good. Why so serious?
The serious has been used.
I said series.
Oh.
Has not been used. He's right.
Has
He
Juno been
was
used?
Osiris before the last time he punned on that word.
You're correct. I misunderstood.
Okay.
Sorry.
My favorite childhood cartoon growing up was The Secret of Nymphs.
You know, my appendix, just like an asteroid, certain asteroid, is vestigial.
Soon they're going to tell the police not to carry any more weapons. Actually, they're going to have to carry Japanese handheld weapons. We're going to have to call them the Psycops.
Oh, good. You know, there's going to come a time when global warming makes it so that just clay all melts. It's the end of the world for anyone who's a potter. It's the Potter Damerung.
So if women are soft like pillows, then men are tar.
No bull.
Some people tell me that the world is, just rooted by a giant tree. Some people say it's on the back of their turtle. I think it's a giant egg, the Yggdrasil.
Ooh.
Actually, it's the centaur of the universe.
Oh man, I'm going to fawn over that one.
Let's see here. Oh, you know what? We're going to go to Helheim in a basket.
Helheim?
I'm not familiar. Steve?
Can you explain that one, Dave?
One of the 9 realms
of
Asgard, of Norse mythology.
All right. Thank you. We'll take that. Arun,
Well,
you've had some time.
some people use cups. I prefer, an Asgard.
Asgard has definitely been used. That's a
Oh,
strike.
it has. Okay.
One,
Well,
that would be a strike.
that would be a strike. Okay, so I have 2
actually,
strikes.
actually, I think 2 strikes because you used a non-pun. So
As
you're
in I
still
could-
up, Arun.
I'm still up. Okay. Well, let's get if someone just wanted to kill me, they could stab me with a Shiva.
Good.
I'm afraid not.
Back to you, Arun.
Well, do you know what they say?
It's been used.
believe Juno
That has been used. Yeah. Juno's been used 3 times. Or
So it
2
ends.
times at least, yes. Excuse me.
So I'm sorry, was that a strike
Yes.
for
I
Arun?
said 3.
Yeah, I'm afraid that is strike 3.
That is
for
the
Arun.
3rd strike.
Congratulations, Dave. Good job.
Thank you, Red. That was fun.
Congratulations to both you guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fantastic. Absolutely.
How about that?
You never missed
all
the
right.
beat.
Let's have Dave leave his camera on. Everyone else turn their cameras off. There we go. So, Dave, how does it feel to be the the world champion from the very first online O. Henry Pun-Off Punslingers competition?
I am virtually thrilled.
brilliant. And this is going to save me on postage, too, when I deliver your horse's ass trophy. I don't have to
Benzik, if
deliver
you're
it
on
to-
there, buddy, this is a 2009 repeat, man. You and I went on Mythology. That was fun. And Arun, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. All
Yeah,
the contestants today. It was just so much
Well,
fun.
in fact, let's get all of our contestants on screen. That would be 8 of y'all. There's 4, 5. Maybe I don't know. Maybe some people just felt so terrible. All right. Well, thank you to all of our contestants. And I also want to give a shout out to our drawing board. If you gentlemen don't mind turning off your cameras, and let's have the drawing board turn on theirs. Excellent. Hello. Do you guys have anything you wanted to insert in here? Because we're about to go.
That was amazing. If we could, we would award a sportsmanship award to Arun for his wonderful kudos to his fellow players and all around delivery and attitude. You win the drawing board's sportsmanship award.
Yeah, strong agree. Managing to use Uranus without it being about butts. Big points.
Oh, legendary.
Other highlights?
Literally.
I did it. Other deep cuts and highlights from the drawing board?
I mean, that was a really fantastic round with pages of puns for me that I wrote down. But yeah, as Carmen said, Arun, every time, even when you would make a deprecating pun towards your opponent, then you would say, no, just not really, because that was actually excellent. So it was very impressive. And MVP would go to you.
Yeah, just such great listening all around. Even when Dave should have apologized, you didn't make him apologize. And I loved your back and forth. It was truly legendary.
Also,
I'm gonna mute myself.
The knowledge of so many different facets and fields of mythology was just dazzling, and some of those deep cuts were incredible. But then it also brought out the joy of the simpler ones like Loki, Vishnu, Troy and Troy again, Anubis. There's just you had the good hills and valleys of complexity and simplicity that made it so enjoyable. So congrats to both.
And Dave, a longstanding legend of punning, congratulations on another win. It has been, I hope to speak on behalf of the whole drawing board, a great honor to pun along with all of you and to take notes and say, gosh, this is going to be a really tough call if it comes to us over and over and over again. And with that, thank you so much for the honor of joining and being a part of the drawing board team. And thank you, Aaron and Gary and the whole team. Congratulations. Thanks to everyone. Good night.
Thank you, drawing board. All right, and finally, if I can get my MCs and Gary and Francis on the screen. All right. Well, I guess I should probably put my camera on too, shouldn't I? There we go. Despite the various growing pains, this being our first one, I would consider this to have been a tremendously successful pun-off. Congratulations again to Dave Wallace and all of our contestants. I'm going to play us out with some commercials that we still hadn't had a chance to play. And then also we're going to have a special song recorded and produced by none other than our MC Steve Brooks. Does anybody have anything?
I have one little thing I'd like to throw in here about the first place winner Dave Wallace, second and third place winners will receive trophy and medals respectively. I have ordered them. They should be in very shortly because they are the traditional ones, just like we use for the live pun off. So make sure that Aaron has the information so we can get them to you.
Brilliant. Okay, and I'll ping y'all on that. Gary, do you have anything else you wanted to add?
I have a couple of parting shots. I cannot let this go by. I saw Dave Wallace breaking up when that Aphrodite came up, and he said something about hermaphrodite or something, and he saw it. I saw it in his head. Hermaphrodite, what? But he didn't go there. I got to go now because my wife's calling me. It's time for supper. So I finally got a cordless model. Thanks everybody for your donations. We will send you a report on the website on what our total is, but it is totally a success. And thank you everybody for showing up and doing your job and doing my job too.
Great. Thanks. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
The following Puntastic production is put on, paid for, and produced, and probably panned by yours and my favorite restaurant, The Pita Piper. You can come here when you need to pick a place when you're feeling peckish.